it's nice to have you here, Paulo. Yeah, this session has been, the session between me and you has been postponed for a long time. And finally we are here. I remember when I was doing the first session, I actually told somebody that I was hosting that the idea came, Mzazi, I told Mzazi about you, that the idea of me having a session and this kind of conversations came actually from you, because there's a time we were talking about like having conversations generally. It helps. We came to realize every time when we share things, we help each other to think about different things in consideration of life. And then after some point when I kept on thinking, I was thinking about how I see these career dynamics around with my friends and other people. And it's very interesting to see that people are doing things they are doing right now, and some of the things they never thought they would do, but now they're doing them in a good way, and they're enjoying life, they are finding purpose. And I think this is going to be very interesting, because you're one of those people who have been doing a lot of things, maybe far away from what you studied. Yeah, so that's why I said, okay, the original idea came from you of having this kind of conversations, and now I'm talking to you. My name is Josephat, for everybody who's watching, and I just would like to give this opportunity to Paulo or Paul to introduce himself. Actually, the session is going to start right now, because I'm so much interested to know how you're going to introduce yourself. if somebody asks you right now, who is Paulo, who are you? How do you introduce yourself? Well, it depends on a place and a person.
Well, I'm working on that seriously. I think it's a journey. With me, introducing myself, I think I want to believe that over time people change. People evolve. So their introductions as well evolve in terms of career, in terms of what they believe in terms of their values and stuff. So, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Nhiga. I am a spoken word poet. I also do designs. I also work in communication and digital marketing. And I'm also an author. I've never written a book actually, but do you call yourself an author if you have never published a book? Writing, I've been writing, but publishing. Are you an author until you
publish
the book?
I believe you can. You can, as long as you're, even if you have an idea of a book, you can. but if you have written something and you have not published yet, you can consider yourself an author. So yeah, it's fine.
So I am an author. I have books that are in process. I have my stories that I've been writing, and I write every day, almost every day these days.
Perfect.
Yeah, and I would admit that it has been helpful. Seriously.
Okay. Let's start from there. What kind of things are you writing about?
So I would say I am a realistic. Or do we call it realistic? No, not realistic. Realist. I don't know if it's realistic, but I question reality. That's how my mind works. I question reality. I question how things are, and put a lot of what ifs, and I don't think that comes by accident in my mind. So I take that even far, and I normally even go into questioning the things that might be frightening, especially based on how we got, how I was raised, the community and the society that I grew up from. So I write about, I just question a lot of things in this world. I'm just afraid of questioning God, but in questioning his creations, yeah, it's funny, but I believe in one God, and I believe that that's what keeping me alive. Yeah.
We can question about God's creation. I think that's one way of acknowledging how mighty he is, because he has created like things that are hard to comprehend, to understand, So yeah, we should definitely do that. So no problem with that. Yeah, I mean, maybe we're not going into faith talk as much, but
Yeah.
what I, what I would like to know is very interesting. Now I'm getting a lot of questions in my head. So you came from you started in Mumbere University where we actually met and knew each other. I was doing pharmacy, you were doing environmental health science. And later on, after some time, I met you in Arusha, where you started doing design, right, and communication. And then now there's a different trajectory that you are doing, not far from what you've been doing. You've been doing music, of course, by the time. So I knew you as my fellow student and a musician at the same time. You've been doing music, and now it's like you are kind of transitioning to doing spoken word poetry and authorship. Amazing stuff. But I just want to know, like, if you can take me through this journey and tell me what has been a source or an influence of you, like going through this trajectory, going through this journey and this transformation, which has actually made you do what you're doing right now.
Okay. So yes, I went to MOHAS with you, and I pursued my Bachelor of Science in Environmental Health Science. I didn't like much about that course, honestly, until the end of my third year, when we started doing research. I loved the research part, and that's when I discovered that I was more of a person who was interested in learning about stuffs and following up things, how things are evolving and stuff. So that was one. I was doing music by then, and my music was faith-based, and I also struggled with a lot of things by then with my music, because with faith you kind of have this boundary, especially at that moment. I would say I had my own boundaries, so I didn't enjoy the full potential of my talent, I would say, because there are moments I thought that I could do more than what I was doing, but because of what I thought were restrictions, religion-based restrictions, so I couldn't go further. So I did the music part, and then after graduating, after the internship, I moved to Arusha, and then that's where I started doing comms, designing in comms. So I've been in that journey as well. It wasn't, throughout all that journey, it wasn't, I couldn't see much of myself. I've always believed that I had a message, Even my shift from singing to doing spoken word, it was because I believed I had something. And with singing, you have to practice a lot. So there was a moment that I was supposed to be practicing a lot, and I didn't find time. That's when I figured out that I need to, make a shift, try something else, because the purpose is to deliver a message. And I believed that I had something in my heart that was burning, that was meant to be shared with my community and the globe at large. So after there, so I started doing some little bit of spoken word poetry, and then this year I joined in an Artivism fellowship, where I was learning how to do activism through your talent, but not, when people hear activism, all they hear is maybe being against the government or something, but not necessarily. You can be an activist of a certain maybe industry or category. So with me, reflecting on myself and the voice, checking on the messages that I've been effortlessly writing, or being more interested to learn more about, they are more in discovering yourself and how to handle your mental health and stuff. So that's when I came to realize that, oh, actually I can be an activist in mental health. Yeah. So that has been my journey. So after that program, I did a project in mental health, which specified on including people with disabilities in mental health dialogues. So it worked very well. We did, I partnered with someone who exhibited photographies, and then we did it at Morocco bus stop, and it was a success. Yeah, it was a success. So that in I don't know if it was in short form, but maybe in long form, but that's how I can introduce myself right now.
Oh, I like the idea of artivism. Now, like, you know, nowadays people blend different words, different concepts and ideas, like health tech, health and technology, you know, these kind of things. I like it, and it seems as if people are, I don't know, like just like me, because sometimes when I do something of one kind for a long time, I get tired. So I get bored. So I tend to like try to mix up with something else. And people have now discovered a new way of doing serious things by mixing them up with some sort of entertainment. You understand? So nowadays you have terms like edutainment, whereby you educate through entertainment, through music and all this kind of stuff. So I love the idea of Artivism, which I heard it for the first time from you. And it reminded me of the NGO that we started with my friends called the Street Afia, whereby we wanted people to do the so-called health civic engagement. We wanted people themselves to take actions and not wait for the government to do something. Just like how you're saying, when you say activism, people think about being against the government. But activism can be in different forms, like you guys are doing mental health. I love the project. I saw it. I was not there, but I saw it and I was like, this is a nice idea. If we can ourselves, we can take actions and help our people. We should not always wait for the government to. Government will do its part, but also we can also do that. So that's a very good idea, and I'm just concerned and interested to know about the level of satisfaction that you feel when you are doing whatever you're doing right now. And if I can ask you, do you feel like you've already found yourself? Like, this is something that you are going to do probably for the rest of your life, if you can about that.
Yeah, I would say this is, you know, honestly, I'm struggling to take God outside of this story. And I'm trying to sound really
God. It's okay, just do it, no problem at all. What I am trying to avoid is to be critical about matters, but you can say anything about God, no worries.
Okay. So again, I am, and I've remembered the word existentialist. You know, I am an existentialist, and as an existentialist, I find satisfaction in discovering myself and understanding different patterns of how this world works, you know. So right now, as I've told you earlier, that I've been writing, and writing has been helping me understand a number of stuffs, which cements the statement that I've been saying so many times, that truth is personal. You know, your truth can be very different from my truth, because in terms of purpose, I want to believe that we are different. The things that I believe in, the things that motivate me are very different from the things that do motivate you or inspire you. So I am finding satisfaction, and it wasn't easy, you know, coming from a background, a family that they took me to school to make a change, you know. in the family and the clan. I would say for me, it's changing the clan. So there are things that they hoped to see. You understand? And I want to believe that was the main thing that has been hindering me. My society, my community, the people that I get along with, they believe that you are successful if you have a certain kind of a job. If you went to school, maybe you went to college and you graduated and you got a job of exactly the profession that you want to start for, you are successful. So when you are out of when you have graduated and you look like you're struggling, you haven't found the job that you studied for, then it seems like you're a failure. But I'm telling you, after going to that 1 year internship in Bukoba, which was compulsory, I'm happy that chance existed, because it was enough to tell me that wasn't my journey. Seriously. So I don't remember sending applications for I think I only sent once. I only sent once, and I prayed that I didn't get the opportunity, and my prayers were heard. You hear me? So the level of that's what I'm trying to say here. The level of satisfaction that I have right now is very huge, and my mind is, I would say, is settled right now. I don't have to be understood by anyone, because in the field of art, with the Artivism fellowship, I met people who are doing art. I will tell you, bro, if it's all about making money, you can make money in so many forms. There are thousands of ways of making money. Even in art, people are making a lot of money. You go to an exhibition, you'll be like, so what is this? Like, this is crazy. Like, I'm not understanding anything. What is the purpose of this? But people are making money. So if it's a matter of making money, money is everywhere, But and if it was me getting the money, I would have gotten a lot of money maybe a lot of years ago. But the struggle was to try to fit in the community, and at the same time be satisfied with the life that I have chosen. So until I accepted that maybe I have a different path, I had to come into terms with myself that maybe I have a different path. Maybe although I went to school with this kind of people, and these people are making life through that way, maybe my way is different, and maybe it's gonna take me 5-7 years until I stand on whatever that I'm standing on. I'm on my feet and stable. So I don't find good words to explain the satisfaction that is in me, but I'm telling you, if it's very big, and I don't feel like pressured. I feel like I'm doing something seriously, and it's what should I say? It's an inspiration to life. It's something that will make me want to live even the next day. Yeah.
Paul, I'm so much impressed by your courage and confidence, and of course you should be courageous and confident because you are talented. You have a talent, right? I was looking at this comedy from this comedian from South Africa. He's called Loyiso Gola. I don't know if you know him. I think I recommended him to you at some point. Yeah. So he's a very good storyteller. And one day he was in South Africa, so he was talking to young people, and he said, "You young people, you are wasting time in college, but stay in college. I know college is a waste of time, but stay in college because you're not as talented as I am." So he was trying to say that whenever you are thinking of not going through this, I would say, formal way of getting job and stuff and in life, you have to be sure of your talent. There is a joke also about this guy, these people, these rich people who dropped out of school, saying that Mark Zuckerberg dropped from Harvard University, not from maybe Katavi University. You understand? We are not looking down on ourselves, but we are trying to give ourselves some precautions that before you say that I'm not going to study anymore. Make sure that there is something that you can do very good out there, because there is competition everywhere. I think you understand that. I'm so much confident with your talent because I know you, and I know honestly, if you want to make money, you'll do it. You'll do it, and I'm looking forward to seeing you being like very, very much more successful. I consider you as successful so far, but I believe something better and bigger can be done out of you and out of what you're doing. Nowadays, okay, in the entertainment industry, there's so much money. People are willingly paying to be entertained, but not only to be entertained, because most of the time these people, they want some solace, they want some emotional attachment,
Connection.
yeah, they want connection, they want to, because it's like most of the people, their life is boring in so many ways, so people work hard, so much stress out there. So entertainment is one way whereby people go there and they're willing to pay because it helps them. It's therapy in one way or another. That's why people who are good at storytelling nowadays, they're getting a lot of money through different forms, maybe books, songs, and whatever. And you do storytelling. It's a place whereby nowadays there's so much you can make if you have very good strategies. So I believe in that, and I admire your confidence, as I say, and I believe that you can make a lot from that. You know, like as for me, Paulo, I wouldn't do what you're doing because I don't have an exceptional talent, to be honest. To be honest.
You know what, Josephat?
Yes, yes.
You don't need an exceptional talent.
You need what?
You need a strong conviction in you that this is it that you want to do.
I don't have that too.
Why did I say that? I said that because I once in a while I go at the Alliance Française in Dar es Salaam. They on Wednesday they have this event they call Jumatano Groove. And last time I went there, I won't mention the artist, but he wasn't good. I mean, in terms of the singing skills, you know, he wasn't that good, but he was really good at playing the guitar, and the message that he was sharing, it was very unique, you know. And so with me, who is a perfectionist, because I remember by then when I used to sing, I wouldn't go and perform somewhere or sing somewhere if my voice is somehow not very good in that day, you know. I would rather postpone or drop the deal, you know. That's the perfectionist in me. But with him, that's not the point of focus. You know, his point of focus is delivering his message, and he's been known for that. And he's been traveling. He went to so many countries just for doing that, you know. So that's when I also came to realize that it's not about how big the talent is, it's how big the conviction, the inner conviction is, your voice. Yeah, and I think the biggest sin, even the biggest sin, is to hide yourself from that inner conviction.
Okay, so this guy is not such a good singer, but he's a good writer. He's good at delivering message. That's also something that you can introduce him by saying that. So it's already he's already having something exceptional. Okay, yeah. So I mean, there should be something. There should always be something. And I write poems. You know that I've published a poems book, 200 poems. I think I've written more than that. Most of the time, it has been just fun. Of course, I made some money by the time I wrote a storybook, and I'll be writing. I do write. I just don't have so much, time or motivation right now to publish and do stuff. But I started by doing e-publication, so most all of my books are digital. And it's something that I do for fun. I love it. But I was so much hesitating saying that this is something I can depend on, because I believe you need to invest so much time, if not all of your time. Just like what you're doing, you said, okay, I'm not doing this. This is what I'm focusing on. And I know everything that you, Paulo, you're doing them very well because you're investing time in them, right? On my side, I was thinking, okay, I'm on this pharmacy side, and then I just decided to find something interesting. As you said, your journey when you were studying, I found myself that I used to love doing research, microbiology research. That's when I started loving research, and then when I came back in the street when I was doing internship, I started loving doing data analysis, and then later on I applied for a master's of data science, which I did, and that's something that I enjoy doing. So I wanted to find fun in the professional ground. So there are some things I really enjoy doing them as part of my work. But I know for sure there are some things which are my talents, not big ones, but I also enjoy them a lot. And I've always been thinking that, because I'll not be working in this pharmacy field maybe forever. At some point, I would maybe retire, or I'll decide to say that I'm now not doing this anymore, right? So I'm just thinking of trying to kind of cultivate this other side, slowly, but making sure that at some point I'll be able to do it and maybe count on it to giving me money or something. So it's just different approach, but I really understand what you are doing, and your decisions are right, and I support you in doing that.